Hey, Birchouse Friends. Welcome back. And Happy New Year. I hope that you had a wonderful New Year's Eve. I hope you had a very happy holidays. Um, I know it's corny, but every new year brings the opportunity to uh, grab the year by the horns and be the best you can possibly be in whatever you pursue. So I hope that you do that. I hope that you have a wonderful new year. Um, having said all that, let's get to today's question, which appropriately comes from our friend Andrew, who asks, "Hey, Birchhouse, what new materials are you looking to work with in the new year?" This is an interesting question because we don't typically work outside the bounds of wood. Um, we do a small amount of leather work, um, very rudimentary leather work. Um, and Mrs. Birchhouse, as I call her, does do some crocheting, like in our hobby horses, and I think we're gonna probably have some looking to maybe do a few stuffies, plush toys this year. Um, but we don't really work outside of wood too often. But it ended up being a serendipitous question because something that we're talking about doing, or that we've decided we're going to pursue this year, is work with copper, brass, and bronze. Um, and obviously, brass and bronze are alloys of copper. But we dipped our toes in working with brass at the in the latter part of last year, when we started to make shield bosses for our Targe. Targe historically have a brass boss in the middle, um, and we made one for the Swordsmanship Museum and Academy, and we custom ordered a brass boss from Scotland for them, and it was expensive. Um, and as I began to work on it, I was like, I don't want to spend that much on the shield because that then gets kicked back to the customer, and I kind of try to keep things uh, at a nice price point for our customers. And on top of that, some Targe have multiple brass bosses, um, or you see some Targe with brass cutouts that kind of decorate the face. And the more that is there, the more expensive it's going to be. And we have really struggled to find somebody to partner with in the last year and a half, that is local, that we could be partnered with to do custom brass and bronze and copper work for us. And so, like a movie villain, I was like, fine, I'll do it myself. Um, so we're looking to do brass. There's some items from the Bronze Age that I would like to make. Most particularly, I'd like to make some Egyptian khopesh. Um, so there are just some items I'd like to make, some things I'd like to integrate into the wood, um, and so that's I think what we're going to be looking at doing. Having said that, we're kind of in the research phase. Um, all those metals are relatively soft, and I should be able to do in shop with a kind of a minimal setup. Um, but Yeah, that's what we're looking to do. Now, this isn't a step towards blacksmithing. I get a lot of questions about if I smith my own stuff, and I always answer the truth. No, we do not. We work with a wonderful blacksmith. You've seen us talk about Oogle's Night Forge quite a bit, either on our Facebook page or you've heard shout them out on YouTube. Um, we work with an awesome blacksmith. So between working with these awesome folks over at Oogla's, and I have no real inclination towards blacksmithing. I'm really enamored with wood, and I really love working with wood. Um, that's just not something that's going to be coming down the line. We're not going to ever be smithing our own, like blades or anything like that. We work with smiths, and we're very proud of the partners we work with. So rest assured, when you have something that is smithed on your wood, it's done by people that are super talented. Um, so yeah, That was a great question. Thank you so much for asking. If you ever have a question for Birchouse, comment below with "Hey Birchouse, ask," and we'll answer in a future video. In the meantime, we'll see you all next Wednesday.